Well, hello my little beauties, and welcome to this special video with me, David Connolly, that web developer extraordinaire. Today is a big day for me because today I finally get to show you something that I've been working on for about the last 3 months. I'm really excited about this and I do hope that you like it. This one is a brand new content management system for PHP developers. Now, I'm sure you know what a content management system is. There's loads of them, right? And you're probably thinking, why do we even need one of those? Just to show you, let me get this right. What you see is what you get. Yeah, so you'll see them called WYSIWYG editors sometimes. And these are little, I suppose you could say, admin features that allow people to add things like blogs, news sections, basically for adding articles to websites. That's what we're talking about, okay? Now, as you can see, I've just searched for what you see is what you get, WYSIWYG, and here we have a whole selection of these. There's loads of them, and some of them are kind of fancy, like this one here. It has lots of buttons, and other ones, maybe like this one here, well, as you can see, this is a WordPress one. It's a lot more simple. In fact, some of them are incredibly simple and they've just got a few buttons. Like this one, for example, this Bootstrap one. But in any event, all of these editors are basically doing the same thing. Doesn't matter whether we're talking about Drupal, Joomla, Bootstrap, or some other place. But all of them are basically a text area and a bunch of little buttons that manipulate the text using JavaScript. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. However, I think that we can do better. Now, by the way, a lot of these things are free, but some of them are paid. For example, one of the popular ones, I've used it in the past, is CK Editor. Some of you may have heard of. So CK Editor is a very popular what you see is what you get editor. I'm not going to be the guy who disrespects work that I don't really know about. I have no doubt that this has got a ton of features, and there's no question that the features are over and above what I've had time to do in the 2 months, maybe 3 months that I've been looking at this. So I'm not going to be that guy who just respects things. However, if you have a look, I think it's safe to say that it's basically the same model that we have with all of the other what you see is what you get editors. So the text area and a bunch of little buttons, you know. Also, by the way, how much do you think that thing is? CK Editor. I mean, let's suppose you build a website for your local hairdresser and they would like a nice little editor to write, articles for the blog. What do you reckon? Well, turns out that the starter package commercially, just the basic package, which is really has a whole lot of things stripped out, that's $49 per month. So this kind of thing is not cheap. Now, some of you may have heard of let's see, things like Wix. I mean, there's so many of them. Have you looked at the Wix documentation, by the way? Have you had a look? Here's what the documentation looks like. Here it is here. And look at this. We've got navigation to the left. We've got navigation to the right over here. And it just goes on and on and on and on. And if you think that that looks simple, you must be a whole lot more clever than me. In fact, I know that most of my clients would just not have time to even look at this. So that's another commercial one. I figured, let's look at all of this stuff with a fresh pair of eyes and see if we can do something a little bit different. So I call this one Trongate Pages. Now, I do have a Trongate website that I can show you. In fact, here's the code. It's just an ordinary Trongate website. It's on localhost. And Trongate Pages is just a module. There it is there. We've got controllers and views, all of that stuff, okay? Here's the code if you want to have a look. No big deal, you know. So it's really just a module. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to add things like blogs really, really easily. I'm going to demonstrate. So I'm going to go to Trongate Pages demo. I'll show you this little simple thing. So here's a very, very simple homepage. Now, by the way, some of you may have homepages where this is just this blue file, but I've just added in a public template to make this a little bit more interesting, right? But don't worry about the design. You'll know that we can change the design really easily. Look, there's a, oops, did I just press there? Anyway, there's an admin design. It's super easy, right? So don't worry too much about the design. Let's think about how do we add, let's say, a blog. Now, I'm going to take you to the Trongate Pages module and then the Manage page. And here is our admin panel. And by the way, nobody's impressed. I get that because as you can see, it's a very simple admin panel. There's nothing remarkable here at all, actually. I've probably already redesigned by the time you watch this video. But don't forget, we are V1 forever. Nevertheless, we do have our state-of-the-art API Explorer and a few fancy things like that. But I think it's safe to say nobody will be too blown away by this so far. I've made some test pages here. Now, I'm going to click Create New Page. And I'm going to call this one, let's call it My First Real Demo. How about that? I'll do a little exclamation mark and I'm going to hit submit. Now, just before I hit submit, what do you think's going to happen? Okay, everybody's thinking we'll be on the same page, we'll be on the admin panel, we'll get a text area, we'll have a few buttons for bold and italic, and we all go home. Well, here's what actually happens. I'm going to hit submit. Now, do not blink because this is going to be a fast demo. As you can see, we are on the public facing website, and this time we've got a sort of docking bay at the top here with a whole bunch of little buttons that we can click. And by the way, we can change the position of this. So right now it's at the top, but we can move it down here. So here it is downstairs. We can move it to the right hand side. My own favorite place is over on the left here, but you can have this anywhere you want, and wherever you choose, it shall be remembered. By the way, you know how we called it My First Real Demo? Look at the beautiful URL. It's giving it my-first-real-demo, and dangerous characters have been removed from the URL. Now, if we go back in, you'll see that it remembers the position of our little docking bay here. And just watch how quickly you can create a page with this thing. I'm going to click this plus symbol here. It says select page element. I'm going to choose headline. There we go. We have a headline. Now, let's have another thing. We'll add a text block this time. Let's have maybe a little divider. How about if we have some buttons now? So I'll click buttons, and I think I'm going to have 2 buttons here. Now, of course, you can make them links. You can add JavaScript, CSS, anything you want. I'm just going to make this quick though and hit submit. And I think I'm going to align them to the center. So let's just align. And how about if we make them a bit bigger? Maybe not as big as that. Maybe about here. I reckon that's okay. And if I press escape, there we go. Now let's have a second headline. There we go. Another little text block. How about an ordered list? I'll click this and look at this. You cannot break this. How cool is that? And of course, you can add things like bold, you know, you can change alignment, italics, all of that stuff. You can add links. It's all here. In fact, I'm not even going to waste my time showing you that, but all of that stuff is here and it all just works. Of course, you can do other things. So for example, we could say, let's make this a subheadline like that. Look at how fast and easy this is. And we can even go into the code here and add in some CSS. Maybe we'll say style is color orange, something like that. And look at how easy that is. Pretty cool, right? Now you can, of course, click into code view, and here's all of your code, and it's automatically beautified. It's an excellent system. I think you're going to love it. You can add your own JavaScript code in here, so you can go right in with your script tags, do anything you want, and that's all going to work as soon as you hit update page. And I hope you'll agree that it's pretty simple. Now, when you want to save your page, you just click this save button here, and that's it. As simple as that. That is the page saved. Pretty cool, right? Now, let me show you the image uploader. I think you're going to really like this. So I'll take this stuff out here, maybe simplify a little bit. We'll save it. There we go. Now, don't forget, this is all accessible on this admin panel here. So we can either view the page as a normal user, there it is there, or we can click this edit button, and that's going to put us into this edit mode. So it's very easy, by the way, to delete pages as well. There we go. It's easy as that, okay? Easy as that. So here I go again on my own. Right, here we go. Now, wait until you see the picture uploader for this. I'm going to click on image. And by the way, some of the commercial ones that I was showing you, they charge you for picture uploading. I don't know why, but have a look at this. I think you'll like it. So I'm going to click on image. And here we see all of the images that are on the server. So if we want to choose an image to add to the page, so let's say this picture here. Now, check out the animation. I'm going to click on it, and the other pictures are going to like fall off the screen. Then this is going to zoom in. I'll show you. So I'm going to click. So look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then if we want to add it to the page, we just click add to page, and there it is. Pretty cool, right? Now, if you want to remove it, you just click remove. It's as simple as that. Let me show you uploading a picture. I'm going to go into image. I'm going to click add new image. And now we have this fabulous uploader here. So I'm going to choose an image from my computer. I'll have this one here. And yeah, something like that. So there we go. And I'm going to just click upload image. So it's uploading. It's so fast that you don't even see the progress bar, and you see it spinning over on the left hand side. I'll show you that again. So I'll add a new image. Okay, we'll do this again. And let's see, maybe something like this. So we click, I'm going to click upload image. Okay, and look on the left hand side. Do you see how it spins? So then we can click into this, and of course we can add it to the page if we want. And there we go. Now if you want to change the alignment, all of that's here. It's not a problem. And in fact, you can even go into the source code for the image. Here it is here. And you can change that as well. It's all really, really easy. In fact, let me just show you something. If I say class equals something, do you see how the submit button has appeared here? So if we take this out, watch how the submit button disappears, because it remembers the original state, you know? So it's a pretty cool system. I do hope that you like it. And if you want to remove an image from the server, so let's say, for example, we have a picture that we don't like. So maybe something like this picture here. Now, the last thing you want to do is just accidentally delete the thing. So I'm going to click delete, and you can see that now we have to write in a little code. So I'll say KWXQ, and now we can do delete, and now everything's cool and we're back here. Isn't that fantasticola? So that is the image uploader. Now there's one other part to this that I'd really like to show you. It's to do with mobile phones. So I'm going to switch to a mobile view here, something like this, okay? Now you'll see that we don't really have room for the dock here, but one of the things that has been on my mind recently is that whenever I take a picture with my phone, I don't know about you folks, but there's a disconnect between the phone and the web, you know? Usually you have to, well, I don't know about you, but for me there's all sorts of transferring of files, and it goes on and on and on. And so I had this idea, wouldn't it be good if we could somehow improve the connection between the phone and the website so that people can just take a picture and immediately have it added onto the website? So I've added this camera button here, and when I click it here on my desktop, it's going to just go to this file picker here, okay? So you're going to have to trust me. But on your phone, what's going to happen with that is your phone is going to give you two buttons: take a picture or access your existing camera pictures. And from there, you will be able to choose a picture and then have it uploaded. Maybe I can demonstrate that. So if we take this picture here, just imagine this is from your phone. So you're going to be able to upload directly from your phone, and that picture that we had there, you'll find is now safely uploaded to the server, fully resized and everything. It's all ready to go. So now finally, people can just take a picture, you know, the latest meeting or whatever it is, or whatever you're into, you'll be able to just take a picture and have this added to the site. You know what cameras are like when they take pictures, they're the size of billboards. You don't have to worry. This is going to take care of all of the resizing and all of that stuff. You can also add in things like YouTube videos. Now, for that one, you add in either the full YouTube URL or a code. Now, I have a code pre-added here just for speed. So the idea is that you would add in your code or the URL. You'd hit submit. It would then check YouTube and it would say, does this look okay? And you'd say, yeah, that's it. And as easy as that, we've now added a video onto this page here. You can see that we've got our code editor and watch on YouTube. All of that stuff is here, and it's really, really easy. If you want to delete a page, just click delete, and it's as easy as that. And another thing as well that I'll say just before I finish is that I did some work with Joomla for a client, and I thought it was quite a nice system, but I had problems figuring out, well, where do I see the page? I mean, it's got a nice admin panel, but I couldn't find the URL. You can see here that the URL is clearly displayed, so there's no ambiguity. For example, here it is here. This is our URL, and if we click here, we can see this page. Maybe I should add some content so we can make it a little bit more meaningful. So you can see the page here. We'll have a little picture, shall we? And there it is right around there. Okay, and I'll just save this. Okay, so check it out. And you can see the URL. Doesn't it look fantasticola? That was our first try page, which is this one here. And that's how ordinary people would see it. And if we want to edit, we just click the edit button and away you go. Now, let's imagine that we don't want the URL to be Trongate pages / display. Maybe you want it to be a blog or something like that. And maybe you'd like the URL. I mean, this is the base URL here, right? But maybe you would like it to be blog / first try or something instead of all of this stuff. Well, look at how easy this is. I'm going to go into config, and I'm just going to, in this config file here, I'm going to define a constant. Now it's Trongate pages, right? I'm going to say Trongate. I'll call it Trongate pages trigger. So this is the URL string that's going to trigger Trongate pages, and I'm going to just say blog and save, all right? And if I just take you back to the admin panel here, okay, and look at the URLs now. Now it's the base URL, then /blog /first try, and it just works. And what if we go to just blog on its own? What do you think happens? The answer is we have a beautiful index page. And by the way, I don't think this is going to win any design awards, but that's not the point. You see, even if you've never used Trongate, look at how easy this is to use. I'm going to go to index. Do you see how this is loading up Trongate pages index, which is here? And then from here, it's drawing our index. And again, look at how simple the code is. Look, it's doing select all from pages, blah, 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 blah. And then we have a view file articles list. And you can see it's a for loop. We've got an H4, a paragraph, a little date, and an HR. And that's what's giving us these. Now, you can change this. You can definitely change this and make it look 100 times better. And that's the whole point. So now, my friends, you have the ability to easily add a blog. And I could have easily gone into config and says, let's make the trigger thing say news. And suddenly, just by doing that, look at this, all of the URLs now say news. Isn't that fantastic? And how easy is this? You can also add your articles onto existing pages with just one line of code. I'll show you that in another video. And you can do the same with your index list. So you can have an index of all of your pages with just one line of code. And that's Trongate pages. Now this is absolutely free of charge. You can use it commercially. If you go and make a gazillion, all I ask is, could you send us a picture of you and your Lamborghini? And we would like to see that, you know. But it's absolutely free. You have it with my best wishes. And this is going to come with all installations of Trongate. So there's nothing to install. It's all going to be there set up. You don't need to use it, by the way. If there's another content management system that you already have, it's fine. You don't need to use it. But we are now going to have this on all of the Trongate framework installations. I'm super happy with it, and I hope that you like it too. Oh, one more thing before I go. When I was clicking on headline, I forgot to show you this. It's probably the most important thing. You do realize that we can change the text here, right? Fair enough. And also, I had... there we go. Do you see how we've got this little chat GPT button here? Okay, that was just me mucking around with it because I had an idea for an upgrade, which is we can add in these buttons that allow you to describe a picture, and you type in what you want the picture to be and it generates it. So that's just one example of an upgrade that is very easy, very possible with this system. Remember folks, Trongate though is a framework, so it's not for me to add all of these features. I want to just build this stuff and give you literally a framework that you can use to make the content management system of your dreams. Thank you so much for watching. And if any of this is interesting, all I ask is that you consider giving Trongate a start on GitHub. That would really mean a lot to us. And if you've already done that, then yeah, maybe you can give this video a little thumbs up. It really means a lot to me. It's not much to ask, right? And comments just make my day. I love it when comments are left. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. That's Trongate Pages. I'm going to be uploading this. I'm doing a couple of little tweaks, but I'm going to be uploading this to the web probably next week. In fact, I'm going to say definitely next week. So this will be available next week, and I'll post a tutorial series or just a video actually. It's so easy. I'll do a tutorial on YouTube, and next week you'll be able to download this. It'll come with all of the Trongate frameworks that you get, and like I say, I'll leave a tutorial, and I hope that you enjoy this. So that's what I've been working on. Thank you so much, and remember folks, keep on coding. Cheers.